The field is starting to shape up for one of the top governor's races next year. Democrats are looking to unseat Florida's Republican Governor Ron DeSantis. He is considered a potential top GOP presidential candidate in 2024. Democratic Congressman Charlie Crist is running for his party's nomination to face DeSantis. Crist previously held the job of governor from 2007 to 2011 when he was still a Republican. Florida Agricultural Commissioner Nikki Fried entered the Democratic primary earlier this month. She is the only Democrat currently holding statewide office in Florida. She won a tightly contested 2018 race by less than 7,000 votes. And Nikki Fried joins me now from Sarasota. Commissioner, thank you very much for speaking with us.
Thanks for having me on today.
So let's start with the Democratic primary you're now a part of. What specifically do you bring to the table that you believe Charlie Crist does not?
You know, I have been somebody who has been a Democrat my whole life. Somebody who has been fighting for our ideals, for the morals, and for the ethics that the Democratic Party has stood for. And so I bring something new, somebody who has also won in 2018. Democrats haven't won a statewide elected office here in the state of Florida for almost 20 years. And so I bring a new perspective, somebody who is going to be able to bring the entire party together, excite our base. And I've been fighting ever since I got elected in 2018 for the people of our state. And so the issues that I've been fighting for have been consistent. And so this new perspective, new face, something new is what the Democrats are going to be looking for in this primary.
Well, in May, Governor DeSantis signed a bill that added new requirements to vote by mail or use a ballot drop box, and that signing was aired exclusively on Fox News. This is what you said afterwards.
So are the Republicans afraid of taking their message to the people? Because the only way that they've been able to win elections is through lies, misinformation, fraud, and now voter suppression. But I can tell you that the people of the state of Florida will not be suppressed. Their voices will not be shut down. They will rise up. They will see Ron DeSantis for who he is. And that is an authoritarian dictator who is borderline fascism that we are seeing here in the state of Florida.
You called him a, quote, authoritarian dictator. So are you concerned about a fair general election?
You know, what we have seen from Ron DeSantis in this administration, and I stand behind everything that I've said, you know, not only during this legislative session did we see him pass and support a voter suppression bill similar to that we've seen across our entire country, also passed and signed a bill that would put more Black and brown people into jail and to prison for protesting. And even this week, he signed a piece of legislation that is going to curtail the amount of information that our students are learning at our universities and colleges. So, of course, you know, we as the people of the state of Florida need to come together to understand what is happening here in our state and make sure that we have eyes in every single one of our supervisor of elections offices. And quite honestly, so many of our supervisors of elections were not happy with that piece of legislation because it isn't going to just hurt Democrats. It's going to hurt everybody's access to the ballot box. Now, what they're doing is taking away the freedoms of the people of our state if they don't agree with him. So the people have to be vigilant. We have to be strong. We have to rise above this and make sure that the people that are elected into office are there for the people of our state, not for special interests, not to gain more power, not to be stepping on the backs of Floridians to get to a 2024 presidential election, but caring of what is happening here in our state and putting the people first.
What would you say, though, to his argument that these are measures designed to restore election integrity and people's faith in the system, and that, you know, not to do so would only continue to allow doubt to fester in some people's minds?
You know, that's made up chaos in his mind. You know, we had the most secure election in 2020. There was no problems at the ballot box. The only fraud that we saw was when Republicans put ghost candidates into 3 of our Senate seats and then funded it by dark money. There were no problems, and including our supervisor of elections, our secretary of state, and even the Republican leadership all across the state of Florida said this was the most secure election that we've held here in the state of Florida. So what they are doing is they are creating this fear. They are creating creating this instability. And the people of our state are just not going to buy it. They know that we had access to the ballot box, that all votes were counted and cast, and that they are not going to listen to this bogus arguments that is coming out of Ron DeSantis.
Well, I want to turn now to your environmental record and how it fits into your platform. Florida is one of the states most at risk from climate change. The Sierra Club's Florida chapter gave you a C- for the year 2020. That includes F grades in pre-harvest sugar field burning, plastics, and public health. Now, overall, your grade was higher than Governor DeSantis's D-. But do you feel there's more you could be doing, and what's your response to that rating?
Since taking office, this was a major priority during my last campaign. We saw blue-green algae coming out of our Lake Okeechobee. We saw red tide happening all over our coastlines. And so when it came into the department, I cleaned house in my agriculture water policy division. We have been very proactive when it comes to our best management protocols inside of agriculture. And it's a balancing act, making sure that agriculture, which is our second largest agriculture economic driver for our state, balances with our environment. We've had 30 plus years, even more so than that, of no one taking that into consideration and not creating that balance. So in 2.5 years, we've made tremendous strides when it comes to the environment, not only on changing our protocols, but also enforcing a lot more of the enrollment process from our agriculture industry. We've also introduced industrial hemp here into our state, which would have not happened but for my election, creating products that are going to be biodegradable, replacements for our plastics and our styrofoams, and a lot of things that we are working forward. And when it comes to sugar burning, we had made 2 tremendous strides when it came to protecting our environment, things that had not been changed for over 20 years. And that includes changing our zoning, changing how we in fact give out permits for air quality control. That has never been done. So it's going to take some time, but we have certainly made incredible strides, things that had not been done inside the Department of Agriculture in the history of the department. So I stand by my record and know that we have a lot of more work to do, but we are certainly in the right frame of mind and moving forward.
In our final minute, I want to ask you a bigger picture question here. Florida has been very friendly to Republicans since 2016. The state went for Donald Trump twice. The GOP nearly swept the last statewide elections, except for you. And in 2020, we saw House Democrats in what had been reliably blue areas of South Florida lose their seats. So what work are you doing to repair your party's standing among voters?
Yeah, every single day is what I'm doing. I'm fighting for the people and taking the message right to them. And so in 2018, I did win by less than 7,000 votes, but it's a seat that typically Republicans win by 17 points. So knowing that I have an opportunity to crisscross our state, talking to parts of our state that historically Democrats have not talked to, our rural communities, as Ag Commissioner, I've been able to get in there, talk with what is going on in agriculture. And so what we've been doing is really spending a lot of time rebuilding the infrastructure, talking about messaging. Because what Democrats do well is we do a lot of grassroots, but unfortunately, we haven't done it consistently throughout the entire year, not just right before the elections. So I've been spending a lot of time with our party leadership, both in the county level, the city level, our elected officials, and saying in order for us to win in 2022 and beyond, we need to make sure that we have a message, that we are consistently messaging, and that we have a trusted messenger. And those are things that we haven't done. And it's also about bringing everybody together. And that means that all of our House members, our senators, people from my office, myself, as well as the rest of our ticket, have to be communicating in one unifying voice. And we haven't seen that here in the state of Florida in the Democratic Party in almost 20 plus years. We've had 24 years of straight Republican leadership in the state of Florida. Since 1994 was the last time that a Democrat was elected to governor of the state of Florida. And I know that with the vision that I have, and quite honestly, that's a correct message. We've had 24 years where every single time the people of our state have voted for constitutional amendments, it gets dismantled by special interests in the legislators up in Tallahassee. So what I'm asking for the people of our state is to come unite with me. Let's break this system that is not working for the people. Look at our unemployment system. Look at our education system. Our overall economy is based on our top 1%ers, and our low income communities have been left behind. So when we have a consistent message, consistently messaging, and a trusted messenger, we will win in 2022.
Right, Florida Agriculture Commissioner and Democratic gubernatorial candidate Nikki Fried, thank you very much.
Thanks for having me.